For all of us, it was good. Show me some energy by clapping. Chalo, let's bring the energy. Awesome, awesome. Very good, very good. So I can see the energy exchange is happening here. A very good audience is here. So thank you so much for being such lovely audience. I just feeling like, initially ही मैं thank you कर दूँ because your energy is amazing. So this will give me energy as well. So let's get started. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rinku Joshi, and from last 6 years, I have been training and mentoring students, thousands of students globally for their MBA career so that they can get into the top B school. Now today, we will be getting into the depth of how globalization is impacting and transforming the MBA curriculum and student experience. First, I would like to thank you, all of you, and welcome everyone. It's been a pleasure, and thank you to the TEDx team as well as all the volunteers who's facilitating from yesterday. So thank you so much. And let's get started with quick show of hands. So how many of you have heard the term called globalization? I see good number of hands. Okay. So let me explain to those who don't know about it. So globalization term refers to the interconnectedness of our world, which means interconnectedness of our world where we can connect with each other, which has been driven by three things: technology, communication, and trade. So these are the greatest strength for us to connect globally. Now, this process is not just about shaping economies, but it's a revolutionary process in order to change the business education. Today, I'm thrilled to discuss globalization and its impact on MBA curriculum as well as student experience. So, just by understanding globalization, it is actually going to change your entire game. When you understand the prospect of getting into this particular process, you will get to know that there are so many doors of opportunities which is waiting for you. Just because you don't know it, you can't open it. So just what I would say is, whether you have done MBA or you haven't done MBA, just by recognizing the impact of globalization can open the doors which you have never imagined for yourself. So now let's go deep into the topic, so that all of us can understand what steps you can take forward. So let's start by understanding the diverse curriculum which we have for the MBA and how it has changing because of the global perspective which we are bringing. So the first thing is about, what do you feel like what globalization is really about? So in a nutshell, if I would say, globalization is a force which has revolutionized our education, employment, and empowerment. It is, I would say, if you want to understand in a layman language, then it's an ultimate game changer for all of us. It's not just a buzzword. It's not just a buzzword. Globalization is not just a buzzword. It's a powerhouse where we can reshape how we learn, how we work, and how we grow. So there were some opportunities which was once out of reach years and years back because India was not taking participation globally much. But now all of us can see, like, if we are sitting here, we can watch videos from London, New York, so many other countries. So that's the impact of globalization I would share. So globalization has not just created millions of jobs, but it has revolutionized the industry, by creating the new industries and companies across the globe. It has transformed specifically how traditionally we used to learn MBA in our B schools. So it was more of like books, theories, research papers. That's how we used to learn. But now MBA has transformed into theory, into practical on-ground learning experience. So you have institute where you can directly just study and implement. So that's the power of impacting the curriculum due to the globalization, I would say. So now MBA programs are designed to equip a student which has practical skill set. just having theoretical knowledge will not help nowadays. You need to have on-ground learning, practical skill set, which is the need of the global market. Because now companies are global entities. They are no longer some, restricted local companies. So everybody wants to go global. So we have to learn the skills at a global level. So this shift is crucial because today's companies are global entities and they need employees who can navigate through international relationship, they can work across the borders, and they can understand the cultural diversity which all of us are having in different countries. And let's not forget the impact of globalization on problem solving and creativity, because globalization pushes us to think strategically and come out with a very innovative solution to the problem, to the diverse cultural problem, I would say. So how can a student make the best out of these opportunities? So the first thing you have to embrace is a group learning. Second thing, you have to collaborate with the peers. Okay? So learn from their experiences and tackle challenges together so that you can learn from your own experiences as well as you can learn from each member who's there in your group. So this is something we have to do on a first level. Then get yourself involved in case studies and internships. These practical experiences are invaluable because this is something you're not going to get from the books. Just by reading something, you will not able to implement. So you have to learn, and then at the same time you have to implement. So you have to figure out the opportunities where you can go and participate in those level of case studies and internships. So another tip I would like to give you is to take the advantage of international student exchange program and research collaborations. So this will add a lot of value to your profile as well as on-ground learning experience. So these opportunity is going to expand your horizon and build a global perspective for yourself. So let's get started by understanding the global networking and the value of international exposure. So globalization also opens the doors of extensive networking opportunity. So how many of you have participated in an exchange program or studied abroad? Anyone? No one? One? I can see, I think, if somebody is there. I can see maximum participation is nil. So this is something all of us has to explore now. So I would say those, I think all of us, have not participated on global level. Now exchange program and international internships offer the first-hand experience in different markets. Now imagine you are working with a team, with a company in Tokyo, or you are participating in business strategic meeting which is there in Berlin, is going to give you immense amount of insights which no other book can give you. So that is how the power of international exchange program or internship is something which is going to add value to your experience. So these experiences are going to provide you insights into the global business practices and going to build your network as well, because you are going to work amongst the best of the best minds. So this is something which is very important. As we say, no, that we are the 5 people who's around us. So we have to make sure that we have the 5 people across globe, different peer groups. So diverse cohorts are another significant advantage of international exposure. Second thing is about MBA program today attracts only students from various countries and backgrounds. So diversity is most welcomed everywhere. So no need to think about that I'm coming from this background, should I go there, should I go here? Nothing like that you have to think, okay? So this diversity is going to foster global networking and cross-cultural understanding. By enriching the education experience, you will be learning alongside the peers who's going to bring different perspective or insights by helping you to develop a more global rounded perspective for yourself rather than just thinking, just thinking in a nutshell that, okay, this is my perspective, but let's just understand what is the global perspective, what people think about certain topics. When we talk about globalization, I think we talked about three things: technology, communication, and trade. So let's talk about technology, which is very much important in this particular topic itself. So technology as enabler of globalization. So let's talk about technology and how it's breaking breaking down the geographical barriers in MBA education specifically. So how many of you have taken an online course or attended any virtual meeting? I can see the complete room. All of us. In fact, after COVID, all of us have attended all the virtual meetings and online course, learning multiple skills on different platforms. So that's the, I would say that's the gift which we have received from the COVID and even before the COVID because of this globalization, that just by sitting here, we can learn across the globe. So technology has made it very easy for all of us to connect with each other and access the resources which might not be available in your city, in your town, or in your country. So virtual learning platforms and online collaboration tools are now integral part of the MBA programs. How many of you are studying right now MBAs? MBAs? Okay, I think this group is not belongs to MBA. Okay, so either you are an MBA graduate or non-graduate, either you are an engineering student, you must be attending online classes, right? So these technologies are allowing us to engage with the global experts. So in case if you want to learn from some expert mentor, some expert business mentor is there in Shanghai, and you are there in India, you want to learn from him, you can simply learn, right? There are so many platforms like Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft, so many platforms are there who's making it easily available at your comfort zone, which is your home. So collaborating on a project with peer with different continents is something you can explore more in this particular opportunity. Now, global access from resources is another benefit. Students can access international research, publications, and lectures, and staying updated with the global trends. Now, I'll give you one example. A student in New York can attend a lecture by a business leader from Thailand or access a market research from London just by providing the wealth of knowledge and insights. So now we have understood the advantage of technology. Now let's just understand what are the challenges which we can face in the globalization. So there are a few challenges which we might face in globalization. So firstly, we faced cultural issues. Okay, so all of us can understand that India is having a culture, New York is having a different culture, London might be having a different culture. So all the countries have different cultural concerns. So when we go ahead with the globalization, then this might come up as a little issue. So as MBA programs become more globalized, there is a risk of homogeneous activities, business practices, which might happen here and there. So it's essential to approach global curriculum with an understanding of diverse cultural context to avoid any kind of pitfalls. For example, what works in one country might not work in another country. So what work in India might not be working in Africa. So all of us are agree to this, right? All what we are learning, implementing is something we cannot implement here and there. Okay? The next challenge which is coming up as adapting the local markets is something which is very important because their local practices are different from what we pursue or what they pursue is different from us. So while global perspective is valuable, understanding the local business practices and the legal system is equally crucial for us. So for instance, regulation in one country might differ significantly from another country. And local market understanding can impact your entire business. So if you have good understanding on local market, you can go boom. And if you do not go on the legal regulation and local market, then you can go doom as well. So be mindful about this particular challenge globally which we have. So next and last and most important challenge I would say is cost and accessibility for the resources is something which is very much important, because we can see globalization, globalized education is something not everybody can afford it. It's very expensive for the students as well. So from different countries might, everybody from different countries might face financial barriers. In order to address this issue and finding ways to make global education more accessible and vital for ensuring that all the students can benefit from these opportunities. Moving ahead, what's the future of globalized MBA education? Looking ahead, the future of globalized MBA education holds exciting possibilities for all of us. Emerging markets and new focus areas are likely to shape the curriculum of MBA. For example, sustainability, digital economy, emerging markets are becoming increasingly relevant topics. MBA programs will need to adapt to these changes or these trends in order to prepare their students for future. Innovative learning methods will also play a very big role. Experiential learning, global competitions, cross-border collaborations are set to become more prominent. These methods offer hands-on learning experience and real-time application, helping students to develop the skill and global perspective. Global leadership will be the key focus from now onwards. MBA graduates will be expected to lead across the globe, addressing global challenges and driving change across the globe. Preparing students for the role involves equipping them with the skill set and mindset needed to navigate complex global situations. Now, drawing the conclusion, as we wrap up, let's reflect on the concept of global citizenship. Embracing globalization as a business education means preparing to lead in the connected world. It's about understanding the diverse perspective, adapting the global trends, and contributing more interconnected and inclusive global economy. I encourage students, educators, and institutes continuously to innovate and integrate new learning methods in the MBA programs. Let's embrace the opportunity that globalization has to offer us and work towards the future where business education prepares us not just to solve the local problems, but to lead globally. Okay, so now I want everybody to just close your eyes. Simply close your eyes. I can see few faces, yes. Yeah. Close your eyes, okay, awesome. So now I want all of us to think how globalization has impacted your life. Any one activity which you have done which has impacted you? Awesome. Let's take 5 more seconds. I think all of us got it, how globalization has impacted. Now, just close your eyes and now think what one action you can take from now onwards in order to be there in 1% global, be there as a 1% global leader to pursue your career. Take 5 seconds more. Awesome, great. So you are ready to become the wealthy global leader. I wish you all the best. Thank you, everyone.